Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will just do a little yap sesh with the things that I've been writing about. I have my cat here. He's going to be my little companion for the video. And I'm wearing some lemon earrings. I wanted to make this video because I had a little epiphany. I was writing and journaling and I really had this idea to talk about this, so I wrote it down here in my journal. And for the last few days I have been feeling quite anxious. I thought I didn't know why, but I really do know why. I had some changes in my life and I changed my job role. Yay. Although that place I will always have love and I'm always so grateful for all the opportunities that I've done, I really felt so stagnant and I thought I needed to do so much more with my life. I'm in my last year of my studies and last year was such a big year for me. I achieved so many goals and experienced a lot of things, although I didn't do things as well. I felt very content last year, and coming into January I felt the pressure of doing just as much already into this new year, and I think that's why I felt quite anxious, especially since comparing myself to my 2025 self and the highlight reels of everyone that's sharing. Although it's not a bad thing, it's more of a personal thing. I unconsciously pressured myself to already be so much more or already start hitting goals, which is unfair to myself and gave myself unnecessary stress for no reason. And I think that's a problem that we do have of like comparing and pressuring ourselves, especially at the beginning of the year. I do know that everyone's doing their vision boards already and I really love to see it. And I see everyone has their New Year's resolution and I see so many more people in the gym and it's so great to see. But it is such a weird thing at the beginning of the year where we kind of feel like we are going a million miles an hour. And my realization is that January is meant to be for recovering and resting. It's literally the first month of the year. We're only getting started and from here on out it's going to just get better. Well, that's just how I want to believe it. Anyway, the main topic of this video is about happiness. I just want to read out what I've written. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. I was really quite inspired when I was journaling and I really want to share everything that I've written. I wrote here, to live happier. And then I focus on anxiousness. So for me, anxiousness is the pressure to be more than who and where you are right now. Contentment is the ability to be happy exactly where and who you are. And I really believe that a lot of my anxiousness from the last few days has stemmed from pressuring myself to become the goal already. So I've created my vision board and I think I've pressured myself too hard to be exactly that person right in this moment now. Although it's only January, in my mind I felt like I just had to be as good as I was last year now, or else I felt like a failure, or I felt like I was, oh my god, or I felt like I wasn't living up to my standards basically. How do we live? How do we love and how do we carry our heart in this world? I believe that we are put in this world not to be seen or to prove anything to others, but to live, to enjoy, to experience, and to love. This is something I'm still learning right now. Life is not selfish. Inherently, we all deserve a space in this world. Wow, deep. I'm feeling very vulnerable just reading this out, but I feel like helping others is something that I really love to do. Talking about this has really helped me and help the people that I love, and I just wanted to extend that to everyone. So right here, attached to an outcome, to a person, to our dream is what keeps us in prison. Contentment is not about having nothing. It's about recognizing that everything we really need we already have. Everything, and everything after that is just added on. And then I wrote, a lot of people think they'll feel settled or at peace or content once they've reached a certain point, such as having more money, a better place, or more recognition. But learning this early will help you live. Don't rush, appreciate. What a poet! I think that I've really learned this last year. Had to live, honestly. I feel like being ambitious is such a double-edged sword. I have so much goals and dreams in my mind and my heart, and just wanting to achieve that all at once has made me suffer more than feeling fulfilled when achieving them. Like, although I'm very grateful that I did so much last year, I definitely took on more than I should have, and I put my body through so much more than I should have. And maybe I had to just slow down and realize that I had time. I'm turning 24 this year. I know it doesn't seem that old, but for me, it feels that old because I've never really experienced more than my age right now. So anything after that feels scary. So I don't know why I've been always in a rush to achieve everything as young as possible, because maybe in my mind I felt like I had something to prove unconsciously. Don't rush, appreciate. If you have food, a place to sleep, and a peace of mind, you are not doing badly. Even when you don't think your life is perfect yet. Very deep. I don't know how sometimes I just have these sudden bursts of like writing a lot and just trying to be inspirational. It just comes out. Anyway, I wrote here, comparison. Now, this is really big. I think we've heard this before. The saying that comparison is the thief of joy. The moment you start measuring yourself against others, you'll always lose. You'll feel behind from an imaginary race you've created, no matter how far you've come. And it's true. Sometimes I go through this toxic cycle of comparing myself. I would go online and seeing how good everyone has it. And I don't know how, but my mind just forgets everything that I've done. It's such a sad thing that we go through, and it's not about us pitying ourselves. I think that we just naturally see the good in others, or naturally see more of others than we see more of ourselves. When you go online, it's really hard not to compare. So I wouldn't really say, oh, don't go online, have thicker skin. It's more about realizing that you can celebrate other people's wins without comparing yourself. And I think that's something that's really helped me out a lot. You can be happy for others without feeling bad for yourself. And we're here. We are put on earth, special and important. You also can recognize that everyone else is too. As I am special, you are too. The motto I always live by is, I am not more than nor less than anyone else. And this has helped me so much with the way I see the world and I interact with others. It's true. I put myself out there. I could feel intimidated. I do feel intimidated by others that on pen and paper should be more than me. But I just remind myself that they're not better than me, nor am I better than them. We're just ourselves. And that has helped me be courageous in many instances. I really love that. I always say that. I've said that to my friends 1,000 times. I think the way I see everything is that I am not more than nor I am less than. And it's helped me talk to people. I think that's why I try not to put others on a pedestal, because in the end of the day, they're just people. Now, help others when you can. If someone around you needs help and you can, help them. Like, I know sometimes it can be hard trying to help others that don't want to be helped, or it can be draining to always help others or be the savior. I'm not saying be a savior to other people's lives. All I'm saying is that if you can help them. This one's my favorite. Sorry, this is another topic. Another section I wrote. Never be prideful. Pride is tricky because sometimes we don't realize we have this. Now, the practice what you preach, I can admit that I am quite prideful. I could be ignorant and say that I am perfect and I have no ounce of pride in me, but I do. But as a flawed person, as someone that's still learning, I can admit that there are sometimes things that I feel prideful about. I wrote here, pride doesn't always look like arrogance. Sometimes it can look like always needing approval. Sometimes it's wanting people to notice your achievements. Or sometimes it's quietly thinking that you're doing better than others. Life isn't more meaningful when you're comparing your life this way. Tea. And it's true. So these are just some things I try to practice to live more happily. I pray a lot, I cry, I smile, I laugh, everything. I do everything. And those are just some of the things that I've written about. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you liked me talking or liked me yapping and liked the topic that I've been talking about. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me and hearing me talk and yap and hearing my thoughts. I really hope they have helped you somehow, and I really hope this topic interested you. I would really love to see what you guys think, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you next time.